Everybody worries about their money lasting throughout retirement. But here's the truth, you guys. If your body is run down, your bank account will be too. I'm Marlene with Rebel Retirement. I want to welcome you back to the channel. Today, I'm going to share 7 tips on how to cultivate optimism based on what I learned from a study on optimism and healthy aging in men and women. It suggests that positivity towards getting older contributes to higher resilience, better health, and longevity. You could live up to 7.5 years longer with the power of positivity. Basically, the results are saying that you get what you expect. If you expect a poor outcome, that's what you're going to get. That's what the results will be. And if you expect a positive or good outcome, that's what you will get as well. Knowledge is power, you guys. So let's get to it. The study was published in 2019, and it followed a group of individuals aged 50 and over for a period of 6 years. All of these people that participated in the study, they were healthy at the start of the study. So nobody had any chronic diseases or cognitive decline. And they studied these participants every 2 years, like I said, for a period of 6 years. So at the end of the 6-year period, the results showed that the participants with the positive outlooks on life reported less stress, better health, higher levels of happiness. Just the opposite for the participants who had negative outlooks. And here's something else to consider. The positive thinkers were more resilient, meaning that they recovered from difficulties more quickly than their pessimistic counterparts. And this applies to illness and surgeries as well. So the men and women who expected good things to happen in their lives had good things happen in their lives. Plus, the men and women who expected good things to happen in their lives scored higher on cognitive and physical tests. And who doesn't want that? The study found that those with positive attitudes towards life and aging also had a stronger will to live. The study found that those participants actually live longer than their participants with negative attitudes. And I know we've heard this in the past. Somebody is in the hospital, not doing so well, and we'll hear that they made a full recovery because they had the will to live. So having the will to live does make a difference in our longevity. That power of optimism and positivity can make a big difference, you guys. The optimistic participants had better memories and more physical strength than expected. So all things considered, let's think of it this way. If you have a positive attitude, you're probably more likely to have a more positive outlook on life and aging, which in turn often leads to healthier habits. And the healthier habits, right, are going to lead to better health down the line. That better health is going to lead to less reliance on doctors, which is going to be more money in your pocket and less for them, and also less reliance on big pharma and their expensive pharmaceuticals, all of those expensive prescriptions. And maybe as a result of all of this, you'll have a longer life. But here's the thing that I find really, really interesting about this. I didn't know this. Optimism is about 23% to 32% heritable. So what does that mean? It means that 23 to 32% inherit optimism. So we're not all these wake up and be sunshiny people all the time. And understandably, it's really easier said than done to always stay positive. It can be extremely difficult during challenging and difficult times to stay positive. And I know we live in a culture now with this toxic positivity, but I know that being positive actually does help us out a lot. And I know from personal experience where you're seeing the glass half full instead of half empty, it does change your life for the better. So how do you cultivate optimism if you are naturally a Debbie Downer or negative Ned? Number one, pay attention to your thoughts. Negative thought patterns can make you feel gloomy, and they counteract the power of positive thinking, which makes you feel upbeat. So here's an idea. For every negative thought you have, substitute 2 positive thoughts for every negative one. Once you get into this habit, after 21 days of establishing these positive thoughts, I think you're going to notice a change. I think you're going to notice a change for the better. Number 2, this is a really cool one, and it's easy to do. Practice smiling. It's nature's antidepressant. And we've all experienced the genuine smile of a friend or a stranger. And it really makes us feel good. And when we return the smile, it uplifts both the giver and the receiver. We get those warm, fuzzy feelings. And here's something that's really cool about it too. If you smile to yourself in private, let's say in the mirror in the morning, you're going to get those same positive benefits. Even a forced smile is going to influence your emotions. So as a result, your mood is going to improve and you're going to feel happier throughout the day. And if you can smile at others, you're going to make them feel more positive and happier as well. So try smiling throughout the day and see what happens. Number 3 is to use visual meditation. So if you don't know what visual meditation is, it's an imagery practice or an imagery exercise. And it helps to motivate and produce positive results in working towards your goals. So to get started, try to find a place where you can be quiet for maybe 5 to 15 minutes, where you're quiet and alone with your thoughts so you can do this practice. Make yourself comfortable, close your eyes, and start to visualize yourself growing older with confidence. So for example, you can picture a happy and healthy retirement. You can picture yourself doing all of the things that you love doing. Try to visualize with as much detail as possible the things that would bring positivity into your life. And while you're practicing, try to picture you as your best self. Number 4 is to develop an attitude of gratitude. And I think just about everybody has heard about this method. It works really well to help us develop positivity. And it's really great if you have a gratitude journal, but if you don't, you can use a notebook. That works just as fine if you want to write those things down and journal it out. But I don't do that. I don't think you need any special writing materials to express gratitude. I think simple positive thoughts on arising as well as going to bed can really help towards keeping us positive and reinforcing positive thoughts. And the things that we can be grateful for don't have to be big monumental things. They can be very simple. It can be like a good book, a warm blanket, a loving spouse, a loyal pet, healthy grandchildren, just anything imaginable. In short, the idea is to develop a daily habit of positive thinking and reflection. Number 5, associate with positive people. Negative people who gossip and those who are waiting for the next shoe to drop all bring positive energy down. So try to surround yourself with people that are upbeat and positive. Surround yourself with positive influences, people that are optimistic, that will uplift and support you. Focus on spending quality time with people like that, with others who have positive attitudes, people that are looking for the best, not the worst. Because again, when we look for the worst and expect the worst, oftentimes that is what we get. When we look for the best and expect the best, that's what we get as well. Number 6 have an abundance mentality. Spending time in nature is going to help develop an abundance mentality. Take a moment to look out of your window every day and appreciate what you see out there in nature. Regularly look up at the sky and the clouds and fill your mind with wonderment. And when you do these things, when you spend time in nature, it actually shifts your brain to an abundance mentality. And having an abundance mentality is going to shift your mindset from having less to having more. So with that in mind, let's learn to appreciate what we have regardless of how much we have. We'll be a lot happier if we do that. And number 7 on my list is to embrace getting older. Let's not let negative stereotypes on aging fill our heads and make us feel depressed. Let's develop a positive attitude by showing enthusiasm for life, getting out there and doing things and staying active, being fun, not taking ourselves so seriously, participating in activities that bring us joy. To this end, we all need to embrace change, because if we don't embrace change, we're going to be stuck. We're going to be stuck in a rut. I like to think of it this way. Getting older is all part of growing up. I started that mindset when I was going through menopause. I would say, well, this is all part of growing up. And it applies to getting older and aging as well. So if we go with the flow and enjoy it, we can, just try to release our fears and live with the contentment that we live in the field of all possibilities, and take what comes and embrace that change. So now in conclusion, you guys, there's considerable evidence that the power of positive thinking affects our lives in favorable ways. And it's also been shown that people with positive attitudes often live longer, healthier lives, up to 7 to 7.5 years. And that's nothing to sneeze at, you guys. And although some people are natural born optimists, the good news is that those of us that are not natural born optimists can cultivate optimism and positivity with a little practice. Because positive thinking is a worthwhile endeavor that creates positive results in our health and in our lives. So to recap, let's pay attention to our thoughts, practice smiling, use visual meditation, develop an attitude of gratitude, associate with positive people, have an abundance mentality, and embrace getting older. And watch this video next, you guys. How to transform your health with 10 simple daily habits. I share 10 really easy daily choices that you can make today that will impact your health for the positive. And do me a favor, you guys, please check out the other videos on my channel for tips on how to retire earlier, why it's a super smart strategy to claim your Social Security benefits at 62, and check out some of the health-related and relocation and relationship videos that I have here. And please visit my website, rebelretirement.com, where you can find all of that information and subscribe to my newsletter if you like. And that's where you'll also find information on just-in-time retirement. That's a value-based retirement plan where you eliminate waste, adopt a continuous improvement mindset to free up your resources. That's going to help you fund your retirement. Also, please like this video, share it with somebody who might enjoy it, and subscribe to my channel so you never miss an upload. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Marlene with Rebel Retirement. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you next time.